Okay, let me share a story with you. This story is about a human resource manager who was supposed to take the interview of 500 students as the part of the campus interview in one of the educational institute. So he has to, though he has 500 students, and he has to select only one student out of those 500 students. So he decided that, okay, I will stay in that campus for 10 days. And he must have decided that, okay, I will be taking the written test first, then maybe group discussion, and after that, interview, and will follow all the procedure of the selection, and then he will do that. Then what happened that he could not get the flight, and it was the 10th day when he was supposed to come and he has to finish this work. So he came in the organization and asked the principal that please you collect all the students in one hall. So one big hall, all the 500 students are sitting there, and he had only 15 minutes now to leave that campus and go back. Obviously, he was from another country, so he cannot change his flight and all those things. So that was not possible. And now, in this 15 minutes only, he has to take the interview out of these 500 students and select one. It is indeed a very challenging task, but the manager was very intelligent. So, what he did, he came on the stage, grabbed the mic, and just said, good morning, hello everyone, I welcome you all. Uh, and I have decided a procedure that how I am going to choose one good manager. But to show that I need one volunteer. Uh, So I just need one student as a volunteer to come and come on the stage and let me demonstrate it with that volunteer to you that how I am going to decide it. So usually in this type of situation, what happens? You all are familiar with it. In the class, a teacher says that I need one student come forward. So what everyone thinking that someone else will go, you know. So everyone thought that someone else will go. But there was one student, Mr. Mohan, who took the initiative and just raised the hand and he said that okay you come. He was uh, allowed to come on the stage, and then this Mr. HR manager congratulated the person, shake the hand, and said that Mr. Mohan, you are selected. You will be our manager. Out of these 500 students, no one could take this initiative to come as a volunteer, but you took that. So actually, you have this one very, very important ingredients in you that is very helpful to be a successful manager. That is what initiative. So today we are going to talk about the principle of initiative, which has been suggested by Fayol. How we can apply this in our organization, and what is the advantage of following this principle. All these things we'll discuss in today. This principle, initiative, means being ready to take the first step or being ready to take the challenges. Initiative means to start or to begin, or you can say it refers to chalking out the plan and then implementing the same. you know so workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvements. According to Fuel, workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvement. You see, it is written here. It means taking the first step with self motivation. No one has forced you, but you yourself is ready to take the challenges. So, in this case, if this principle is not followed, then what will happen? Lot of problem would be there in the organization. It will restrict the creativity of employee. If they have been just given a task and they are following it, so naturally there would be no creativity involved, no new things would not get the space. So naturally employees will get demotivated, employees would not be satisfied. If the employees are not satisfied, they would not like to be there in the organization, they would try to leave the organization, will go somewhere else. So that will increase the labor turnover. If I am saying something to my boss and boss is not ready to listen it, it may be a good idea but he is not ready to listen, he said that no, whatever I have decided you do it. So naturally this will create unhealthy relationship between management and employees. Then organization goal achievement would be a difficult task to do. And employees cannot show their actually true and full potential. That also would be hampered. So now there are few more things which you should remember it. If an intelligent person is there, he must have these traits. So today I am going to give you a challenge, and I am very sure that you all are intelligent person. So you would be able to take it, and you will take the initiative. What the challenge I am going to throw today? Initiative should be encouraged. If someone is saying something, we should be always ready to listen it, and if there is a possibility to implement it, we must implement. The person would be motivated. But remember it, it does not mean going against the established practices of the company for the sake of being different. So I would like to take one example here. Okay, if you have understood this principle very well, now there is a challenge for all of you. Now take the initiative and do it. Let me see that who is going to be the first one, right? So that person, that student would be selected as, my star student. So what you have to do, see so many principles you have studied till now, and you have completed one unit of business studies. So now based on those topics, the unit 1 as well as unit 2, the part which you have discussed till now, from this much part, what you have to do, you need to make a very short role play video. You can even go for the audio also, I don't mind. And if you just write the script and send it me, that also would be okay. But I would prefer a video where you yourself can become the manager, can become the employee and talk like that, one thing. Or if you want to take the help of your parents, you want to take the help of your brother, sister, whosoever is there in your home, you can take their help also. Like you can ask your father to be the manager and you play the role of subordinate, okay, or vice versa, as much as you want. So play a role, and then like authority and responsibility, one principle. Like in the home, what happens that I asked you that please go and make a cup of tea. So I have given the responsibility to you to make the cup of tea. But if you are not given the authority to use the kitchen, So you won't be able to make it. So what you need both authority as well as responsibility. So such type of small things. I'm just sharing this one very silly kind of idea, but you may think something else. uh, you can just to prove those concept, just 30 seconds video clip or maximum 1 minute video clip you can make, and you can send it to me. So I'm going to award the first three students, those who would be making wonderful video, and I would obviously sharing it with all of you. I would share in my social media account also. So you'll get a lot of appreciation. You know. On my Twitter, almost 5,000 people are following me. So these many people would see you. So that would be a great advantage for all of you. So take the challenge and now start making the
Now,
video.
the principle which I am going to discuss with you today. Uh, okay, tell me one thing that Henry Fayol was born in which country? What was his mother tongue? Yes, correct. It was France, and his mother tongue was French. So he has basically written first all these principles in French, and then later on it was translated in English. But this principle is as it was written. So this principle is esprit de corps. Now, if we go with the word meaning of this, huh, you will find a different kind of meaning of this. But the essence of esprit de corps is the team spirit or the teamwork. Hmm. Fayol suggested that the organization should be considered as a team and all the employees as its members. This is definitely going to have help in developing a feeling of belongingness among them, and thus each of them contribute to the achievement of the organizational goal. This principle is the extension of unity is strength, or union is strength. Uh, or you can say the unity of command, which we discussed. There should be harmony among the workers, and that is the source of strength for the organization. So, this principle, esprit de corps, creates an atmosphere of mutual trust and understanding. So, it actually ensures the coordination and the cooperations with each other. Now, see what is to be written and how it can be defined. So, basic thing is what you will remember, union is strength. Huh? Management should promote teamwork, especially in large organization, because otherwise objectives won't be achieved. So what Fayol said, that management should promote a team spirit of unity and harmony among employees. If this principle is not followed, then what will happen? There would be lack of coordination and cooperation also. There would be no team spirit. uh, Individualism would become naturally more. So the more stress would be there on individualism if this principle is not followed. Group goal would be very difficult to achieve. There would be always conflicts in the organization. Few more things which you should understand here. See, as a manager, it is your responsibility to replace this word I with we. I mean, we people, especially from our this zone, North India, we are in the habit of not using the word मैं. We always use this word हम आएंगे. Even if you have to say I will come, you say हम आएंगे. So we are in the habit of this, and this is very good thing. So manager must replace this word I with we in all his conversation with workers to foster the team spirit, and it will give rise to spirit of mutual trust and belongingness. It will also minimize the need of using penalties. when people will feel that this is my own organization, I belong to this group, I belong to this team, naturally you will not have to punish others, or you will not have to put fine on someone, you will not have to impose the penalties on other people. So that is also a major advantage of this principle. Now, this principle is spirit decor. If you go by the word meaning, those spirit can be, translated in English like this: spirit, and D means of. Basically, core means the body. But here it is the better word would be group or team. If you just exactly translate the French word core, then you will find in the dictionary body is written, and somewhere you will find team is also written. Group is also the meaning of this core. So basically, it is related to team spirit. We in all our conversation, for a good manager or a successful manager, it is necessary that he should replace this I, and he should more often use the word we. There is a good saying, I don't remember who said this, but when I is replaced with we, even illness become wellness. Such a nice quote. See, again, the almost the same thing is being shown here. Me, I. Or if you keep on saying this, there would be always problems and problems and problems. But if you convert this, we, you just see this. This has been just a mirror image kind of thing. You just have converted this am which was downward, you put it upward, and then it become v, and that is the solution. So me to we is the journey from problem to solution. See, if this principle has been understood well by the employees, what they would say, they would say, sir, from today we'll work with team spirit and we'll achieve all our target of the organization. So someone has defined this team in this way also. TEAM, together everyone achieves more. So spirit decor helps in achievement of group goal. If we all are together, the result would move like this. So same way, to get the good result in board examination, I need your coordination, your cooperation. So whatever we are discussing, please do follow it and make proper notes, do lot of exercise, and whatever the questions I am giving you, please write it, do it. I remember there was a student who always uh, complained about this, that sir, in business studies it is very difficult to learn the headings, the points. And when I taught this uh, principles of management, after this he came, sir, my god, this is 14 principles, very very difficult, I won't be able to remember it. So just to help him, I come up with this kind of silly idea, I will call it. This is not for all the student, but for some student actually it can help a lot. See, I have not written all the 14 principles in the same order as I have taught or as it is written in the NCRT book. There is one good way, those who keep on forgetting the headings. So what you can do, you write all the headings together like I have written here, and take the first word out of it, and keep all these words together, and then make one such meaningful, or sometime it is meaningless, funny kind of word or a phrase or a sentence, and that will actually help you in remembering these things. So see, what can come out of these first word. Dad means you are saying it to dad, You see USSR. It's the name of the country. So you are saying that you see USSR. And then dad replied, "Oh, I see." So now this is easy to learn. This is easy to remember it. Dad, you see USSR, and he replied, "Oh, I see." And with this word, you would be able to actually identify that, okay, this D stands for division of work. Then A stands for authority and responsibility. Next, another D is there, that may be discipline. U, so this is unity of action. C, centralization and decentralization. USSR, out of this U is again unity of direction. S, subordination of individual interest to general interest. S, scalar chain. R, remuneration of employees. O, order. I, initiative. S, stability of personnel. E, equity. E, spread the core. So this is how we can remember it. I don't know how much it will help you, but it is at least funny to see this. So just see and enjoy.